morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning tea. I'm your girl, Alex Shipman, and I'm joined to my right by my amazing co-host.
Good morning, everyone. Courtney and welcome to the morning tea. How you doing today, Alex?
I'm doing well. You know, Mondays takes a little longer to get up, but it's also a great day to spill some tea because so many things happened over the weekend. Of course, the Emmys were this past Sunday. We're going to get into all that excitement and more. So it's always, it's bittersweet on Mondays. The weekend is over, but it's also like a kickoff to all the tea we have to spill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, I'm glad that I've been trying to rest this weekend so that I could be ready to barrel through this week with lots of caffeine and enthusiasm.
Get a lot done. I know this weekend we were both doing some adulting, some stuff around the house. Did you get some work done?
You know what I did this weekend, Alex, which is something I never do, and obviously y'all can tell. I actually bought clothes for the first time since like February. Outside
Where
of
at?
like old thrift merch that I had since my house that y'all have obviously seen me wear. Girl, just like things that I need. Like I don't have anything for the fall, girl. I need some sweaters. I need some hoodies. Like I'm a hoodie person. So even though it's not gonna get like cold, like in the Poconos, girl, it gets cold, like mittens weather. I definitely needed to re-up on some sweaters, cardigans. Shout out to Taylor Swift. And the like. So that's what I did, girl. I was shopping, girl.
A little fall cleaning, so to speak, in the wardrobe. Don't you always feel like brand new, like a new person when you got some new fits? I feel like $100. And I know
I feel like Lady Gaga coming out of the egg for going this way. Remember when she showed up to the Grammys? She came out the egg, girl. That's what I feel like, girl.
Yeah, butterfly filled with fall clothing collections. And when I said $100, I meant $1 million. That was the reference I was going for. $100, all right? But Tea Tribe, if you're just, of course, let us know where are you watching from on this morning Monday because we love to hear. We know we're international, but we always get excited when a new Tea Tribe member joins us. And Courtney, let me just say, if anyone has a birthday this week, also let me know in the chat because it's a big birthday week. I don't know if you heard, but our girl Jordyn Woods is celebrating her birthday on Wednesday, and she's already starting the celebrations. This is her golden birthday, so she's turning 23 on the 23rd. So that's always exciting. And I don't know if you saw some photos on her Instagram, but of course her name is Jordan. And so she's doing this like Michael Jordan theme because it's the 23rd and 23 and he's sports fans. So super cute. She even had like on a tequila bottle, she had like rhinestoned. Like only Jordyn Woods would have a tequila bottle rhinestone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to Jordyn Woods. I thought that she was older than 23. I don't know why. But I keep forgetting that her and Kylie, they're a lot younger than they appear. I want to say shout out to Latrice Butler, girl. She's hyping us up, Alex, with this sticker.
Yeah.
Woo! Hype on Monday! Girl,
Hype Monday. Yes, of course. We got Max from Bulgaria today. We have Muskan from India, Pri H from Florida. We also have Shabria from New Jersey. We got a Jersey girl. And then, of course, we got our girl Mika. And I think we need a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, Shlika, Miss Mika, she loves the Tia, and we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Monday to Mika. It's always nice to meet ya, and shout out to Nebraska. Hey, girl.
Yes, shout out to Miss Mika and all of the Tea Tribe members joining us. So, Courtney, let me just let you know, we got a lot of tea to spill today, as I mentioned at the top of the show. So we have a stacked docket for you guys, talking all about Zendaya's historic win at the Emmys last night. Plus, TikTok fans, don't worry, it's not being deleted, all right? And then Cardi B is unveiling some exciting Instagram news. Plus, Lady Gaga's opening up about her struggles with mental health. We also have some music news for you with Doja Cat weighing in on the DNA rumors and Bad Bunny marching a virtual concert through the streets of New York City. This was really cool. Plus, Kar Jenner fans, don't worry. We're talking about this friendship between Addison Rae that nobody understands except for them. And we're going to weigh in on that. Plus, where were the Kar Jenners at the Emmys? And was that a choice that they made themselves? We'll get into that. And then, of course, our OMT story of the day. We're still on the topic of the Kar Jenners. This is some difficult news. Kim may be preparing to divorce Kanye. I know we've spoken about this before on the show, but a source close to them says it's happening. She's just kind of waiting for Kanye to get through this episode. You know, it's just another episode for the family. So stick around for that later in the show. But T-Tribe, this is an exciting day and actually an exciting week because we have a special surprise for you. All this week, we're going to be showing off the rest of the members of the Hollyscoop family. Now, we do a lot of things here at Hollyscoop besides the morning tea. You've seen some of them on our Celeb News Bites. And every day this week, we're going to bring on another one of our co-hosts to come onto the tea and discuss some of the news with us. Give us their insight and maybe introduce you to some of them that you may not know. But first up today, we are joined by our girl, Amy Cassandra Martinez, who you may recognize from our Celeb News Bites and a frequent contributor to our social channels as well. What's up, Amy? Welcome.
How are y'all doing today?
Yeah, here you go. Oh, there you go. There you go.
He just really wanted to cuddle today, and this is actually him being pretty chill, so he wants to say hi. His name is E.T.
Oh.
Right now. I'm like, okay. Oh, get camera side. I think he's over it. Oh, he's out.
No,
yes,
I don't want to here, but I love that, so I'm so happy you shared him with us. But welcome to the show. We are excited to have you on today. And of course, T-Tribe, you have seen Amy. Now, Amy, we know that you love celeb news and TV and film, so it's perfect that you're here with us today because we had the Emmy celebrations last night. So let's get right into it, of course. If you missed it, now these are all the stories that you may have missed overnight. Don't worry, we got all the trending tea for you to spill today. So let's get right into it with Zendaya winning her first Emmy. Now, before we talk about this, why don't we cheers? Because we have to cheers to
I got water, girl. I was so caught up in you introducing Amy Cassandra, girl. I said,
cheers.
Here in present, girl. Hold on. Okay, hang on. Let me get the 2 dips in. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, cheers. Bam, to being cat people. Meow.
Yes. All right. So, T-Tribe, as you know, the virtual award show season continued last night with the 2020 Emmy Awards. Big winners of the night included Succession for Outstanding Drama Series and Schitt's Creek, one of my personal faves, for Outstanding Comedy Series. One of the highlights of the evening, of course, included Zendaya winning her first ever Emmy Award for her role in HBO's Euphoria. Now, she was the youngest ever Emmy winner in the category, and she's also the second ever Black woman to win the category after Viola Davis's win in 2015 for How to Get Away with Murder. Now, we can't forget this was also her first nomination. So the girl is making history, and it's only her first nomination. I can't wait to see what she does in the future. But Zendaya beat out stiff competition with fellow nominees, including Jennifer Aniston, Olivia Colman, Jodie Comer, Laura Linney, and Sandra Oh. So it was a packed category. Now, Zendaya accepted the award at home, surrounded by friends and family. And in her acceptance speech, she added this. She said, quote, "I feel like this is a weird time to be celebrating, but there is hope in the young people out there. I know our TV show doesn't always feel like a great example of that, but there is hope in the young people. And to my peers out there doing the work in the streets, I see you, I admire you, and I thank you. And thank you so, so much." So I got to hear your thoughts, Amy. How do you feel about Zendaya's first ever win at the Emmys? Are you excited like me?
Yes, absolutely. I love the fact that yes, things are pretty crappy, right? Like, we didn't get the Emmys that we're used to, but I love that she was able to just celebrate with her friends and her family, literally right behind her, supporting her, almost like they really got her back, almost literally. And I feel like she was able to get crazy and just like have that energy from her family there that you wouldn't have normally had at a regular Emmys. I love Zendaya so much. I'm a nerd, so I really love seeing her as MJ in the Spider-Man movies, these newest ones with Tom Holland. And I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg for her. First nomination, first win. She was up against some heavy hitters. And the fact that she won was so exciting. I was watching her acceptance speech and I was just like, I had that like really cheesy smile just watching her be so excited. And you see that it kind of gets to her because she's like, oh my god, and she's like, she starts getting emotional and it just makes me emotional. And I'm like, I love you so much. I'm so excited for you. It's about time, you know?
That's exactly how I feel. And I know, Courtney, you have said this before. It's about time Zendaya won. She's super talented. How do you feel about Zendaya's win, Courtney?
I feel like congrats to her. You get what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of conversation around Zendaya, but there's not a lot of flowers being given out, in the literal sense. So I'm glad that we're just recognizing how talented she is, and the fact that she speaks up and speaks out about important issues is definitely something that we can't forget as well. So it was a beautiful moment. Shout out to Daya.
Yeah. And I know, speaking of having her family there and accepting it, it was interesting to kind of see everyone's living rooms and them being at home versus like all glammed up and, you know, in the theater, I guess, watching the show. So it was really, really a great show. Is there anything you missed about it being virtual and not kind of live? Was there anything that you would have loved to see that you didn't see at the end?
I know, like, for me, I'm a big, I mean, it's a big event for me to watch an award show. And I tend to watch, like, Oscars, Golden Globes, Emmys, the Critics' Choice Awards, like, all of those big events. I wasn't super aware that they were going virtual and that they were doing this. I don't know if I was just, like, busy with, you know, getting ready for Halloween in my apartment or what. But I'm glad that it still happened. I did really miss, you know, the whole shebang that comes with it. So, like, the pre-show where you see everyone walking down the red carpet and some awkward interviews and those moments. Sure, I miss that. But like you said, Alex, like we're gonna start vacuuming outside. Awesome. Can you guys hear that?
No, we can't.
You can't? It's so loud. We got to see those moments of it, just them being in their living rooms. Like, you know, I'm up here, it's all business, but down here, it's all like chill. And I like that we got to see chill being mixed with like professionalism.
100%.
You know?
Now, Courtney, you're not the hugest fan of award shows. I know you like some of them, but do you think the Emmys is, you know, still as relevant and exciting in 2020 as, you know, it's been in the past? Do you think the Emmys are here to stay, or how do you feel?
I'm sure the Emmys, they're not going anywhere. I'm just not as interested, I guess, without all the hoopla. Like when it comes to the Emmys, I find a lot of the times the nominees I'm unaware of, because y'all know I like things late and after the fact, after the hype has sort of died down, depending on what it is. So I was mostly looking for the fashions and the red carpet kind of moments. But I'm sure that with the situation we're in, they'll keep, you know, tweaking it so that everyone kind of feels fed at the end of the day, you know?
Right, exactly. Well, thank you, Amy, so much for joining us. Any last highlights you want to share before you go about the show that you love?
Any last, what? They're right outside. What are you doing?
Amy, I know you mentioned that, you know, seeing Jimmy Kimmel as a host again was a little upsetting. You'd like to see some fresh kind of new faces in the game. Who else would you like to see host the Emmys?
You know, like Jimmy Kimmel is great. He's handled so much crap that's happened at award shows, pretty momentous things that have happened. But I would love to see see Maya Rudolph. I would love to see Kristen Wiig. Heck, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey. I just love women comedians. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. And we will be having, I believe it's Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. I think they will be hosting something. But I don't know, like have some more women there, or just mix it up, please. Like whatever. Like Jimmy Kimmel's great, but let's mix it up. Why not? Why not?
100%. We always love to mix it up here. Well, thank you again, Amy Cassandra Martinez, Tea Tribe. Give her some love in the chat. And of course, make sure you check her out on our celeb news sites on the Hollyscoop channel. And come back anytime. We'd love to see you. And we can talk more celebrity news, as always. And we'll see you next time, Amy.
Bye. Thank y'all so much.
Aw, she's so sweet. She has such
Shout
a sweet
out to her. I'm glad that we're all cat people.
Right?
It's hard to find other cat people, girl. Everyone's a dog. Oh, I'm going on a hike with my dog. Ooh. Amy Cassandra got the kitty cat. Shout out to E.T. Good morning, E.T.
Exactly. All right. Well, while we're on the topic of the Emmys, let's get into this fun moment that not only people that watch the Emmys will love, but also Friends fans, because if you didn't catch it, let me just tell you, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, and Lisa Kudrow surprised Emmy watchers last night with an impromptu Friends reunion that we're all anticipating. After joking around that only nominees who were at home could receive an award, Jen appeared back at home and ready to win. She was quickly joined on screen with Friends co-stars, and when host Jimmy Kimmel asked them what they were all doing together, Jennifer was taken aback and said, "We've been roommates since 1994. And then Jason Bateman also appeared on the cam with the three Friends alums, if only to spurn Jimmy Kimmel as well for calling him a cardboard cutout earlier in the show. So it was a cute moment between them. Were you excited to see the Friends girls back together? And I don't know about you, but I am just ready for that Friends reunion. It's, COVID is stopping everything, but we need the Friends reunion.
Listen, y'all already know I'm not a Friends girl. I'm not a fan of Friends. However, I do think that this story is important because I know a lot of you guys, obviously you, Alex, you guys like Friends. And it's a big deal that they're reuniting. The wave of Friends and pop culture is very heavy and very multi-layered. And so I thought that it was like a cute moment for everyone that is such a fan. You get what I'm saying? Do you think that this is like hyping people up for the reunion, Alex? Do you think that this was something that people could be like, okay, I feel a little bit like my thirst is quenched. Now I need the reunion now. Do you think it falls into that category?
No, I think it just upset people even more because, of course, it gives you a little tease, but it doesn't give you the whole shebang. You know what I mean? And we like a tease, but we also love just the actual, reunion. So I'm waiting for it. I know other Friends fans are, but it was really cute to see them all together. I love Jennifer Aniston's, cute. We've been roommates since 1994, so it was great to see them. And of course, it was a big night for Jennifer Aniston with the morning show and other nominations. So it was very, very on trend. But speaking of stuff that's on trend, we spoke last week about the impending cancellation of TikTok here in the U.S., but in a last-minute bid, everyone, on Saturday, the social media platform saved itself from being shut down in the American market. So this is huge. Posting to their Twitter page, the social media giant announced charges to its operating structure in partnership with Oracle and Walmart. So with this new deal, database company Oracle will be responsible for hosting all American data from TikTok. This will ensure that the United States privacy and security laws are being maintained. Walmart is also being brought in for commercial partnerships. Now, many fans were thankful that the app won't be coming down, but others still had concerns because many people still believe that this will give the U.S. rather than China the ability to data mine the app and gather user information for government surveillance. Now, that was a lot of big words. But basically, Oracle and Walmart, I'll give you the SparkNotes version, took over the app, and basically the U.S. can now control all the privacy and security laws behind it. So I think this is huge for creators that are on the app and we're very scared about their next move. And this is good news. How do you feel about this, Courtney?
Shout out to y'all that really, really passionately love TikTok. I'm definitely not one of those people. I literally could have cared less whether it got deleted or not because you already know how I feel about the TikTok. But you know what? This is probably a really good move for like Walmart, though. I'm sure that eventually we'll see Charlie D'Amelio or Dixie and the girls in a back to school backpack kind of ad campaign one day. It's easy to sort of make those connections when Walmart has sort of their hand in the pot, if you will.
Yeah.
Truthfully, Alex, at this point, and this is just me looking at patterns, I feel like eventually, if more shaky things happen with TikTok, people will just not open it anymore and go on Instagram. I feel like at this point, because Instagram is like shoving suggested reels down our throats, and I feel like all of them are just re-uploaded. So eventually, if there keeps being an issue with TikTok, I think people will just take their ideas to Instagram. It's easier, and everyone is on it anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, there's a specific generation that is on TikTok. And for those that haven't downloaded the app yet, now there's drama surrounding it. And I agree with you. I think that a lot of people just don't want to deal with it maybe, and will just take their talent to Reels. It's same kind of idea. It has everything in one place. So I just see either, but we've spoken about Triller before. Do you think Triller will take over the TikTok group? Like, do you think it has the power to do that?
I think if Triller makes a really good deal with record labels, like really good deals that will kind of set up songs to be really popular, then I think it definitely has a fighting chance. Because although music is a big part of TikTok, there's definitely money in the little skits and reality TV recreations and little funny things that people do there. However, Alex, people definitely thought that at one point Vine wasn't going anywhere and it was their entire lives. And once again, it feels like history repeating itself. I did not care about Vine at all. I'm awful at short form content. I talk too much. It just didn't work. So when Vine, when I woke up and all of a sudden all my friends were literally in tears over Vine dying, I was like, well, thank the Lord. And here we go again. Same thing with Snapchat. I know a lot of the Gen Zers are like, oh, my streaks. But once Rihanna said Snapchat is a dub, it definitely became that. And I think that it's only a matter of before TikTok faces the same kind of fate. Whether the Gen Zers and young people and people in general that enjoy it love it or not, I promise you there are a lot of people that literally do not care about TikTok at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
Sorry, SNS, y'all. Like Demi said, sorry, not sorry.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just, follow this and see if anything happens. But I do think that Walmart being involved, some of these creators may be getting some branding deals, maybe some products we'll see in Walmart. I mean, that would be a natural, like a seamless transition, going from TikTok to Walmart shelves. So, all right, well, let's get into this Cardi B news because I want to hear your thoughts on this, T-Tribe. Cardi B posted to her Instagram Sunday to promote her daughter Culture's own social page. So Cardi wrote, quote, follow at Culture Kiari's new Instagram. So much cool butte baby stuff coming up. Culture's new Instagram has the usual cute baby photos, including a toddler Louis Vuitton shoot. Just like every other toddler. All this comes amidst the divorce between Cardi B and Offset that was revealed last week. But Cardi has since explained her decision to divorce Culture's father on an Instagram Live. So this is interesting. She said, quote, the reason for my divorce is not because of none of that ish that ever happened before. It's not because of cheating. I just got tired of effing arguing. I got tired of not seeing things eye to eye. When you feel like it's just not the same anymore before you actually get cheated on, I'd rather just leave. So that's interesting. Now, so she's basically saying it's not because of infidelity, which is what all the reports say. So that was an interesting thing. What do you think about her Instagram Live, Courtney?
I mean, shout out to her for putting out a statement. For me, Alex, I still feel like all of it is planned around her release dates. So even though, God forbid, I speak my mind on this platform, so people can say I knew you were gonna be mean to Cardi, even though she threatened your life. The fact of the matter is that Cardi conveniently got divorced right before this song with Anita came out. And right before, she unveils an Instagram for culture. Right now, all eyes are on her. So I mean, y'all don't look at that as a setup. Like even people that I know in real life, you go on like other social media platforms, not Twitter, mostly Facebook for the locals, and like people that I know from my hometown are like, "Oh my God, you see men, those men, they men," and then like I'm in the comments like, y'all, did you realize dropping a song? Like they didn't even know the Anita song was coming out. So in some instances, it's almost like overshadowing what you're trying to do. You're trying to get us emotionally invested in you again so that we can pay for your product, so that we can engage with your daughter's social media. But I mean, girl, all of the mess is overshadowing the work that needs to be done,
Right. And I also want to talk about and pose this question to the mom tribe. Would you make an Instagram for your child? Do you think it's appropriate? I know some celebrities are very open with their children on Instagram. And at the end of the day, it is your personal profile. You have the right to do whatever you want. If you want to share your children and a bigger, insight into your life, then that's totally okay. Some celebrities keep their children private. They don't really, I know Kristen Cavallari kind of does that. She covers her children's faces. Some celebrities are not into that. What do you think about that, Courtney? And also Mom Tribe, would you create a whole separate social media account for your child? Or would you wait until they're old enough to kind of know what's going on?
I feel like when it comes to making your child's social media account, that's really a decision that's up to the parent. If the parent feels like they're comfortable with showing their child all over social media to the extent of them having a page for it, that is 100% their business. Can't judge them, whatever. My thing is, I think if I were a parent, I might not want my kid on social media because people are weird. Y'all really don't. I know I've said this before, but just to reiterate, when things happened with Cardi, the first thing people did when they realized they could find out nothing about me was like run and try to find out like my boyfriend and like what kind of car he drives and like where he works and like try to call his job and stuff, even though y'all tried that and it didn't work. So it's like people. I think it's a little bit different from the outside looking in, but if you've even had barely a teaspoon of it like I have, you'll realize that I would rather just be safe than sorry. And that's why y'all barely know anything about me unless I physically tell you on the show. You know what I mean? Like Alex, just from following me on social media, you'll never really know like where I am or if I'm like outside of the house or like, it's always like a quote and Los Angeles. Even if I could be in the most specific part of Echo Park, y'all will never know. It will say Los Angeles. Why? Because people are weird. My kid would not be on Instagram. That's just me. What about you, Alex? You putting your baby on IG?
My mom would absolutely love you, Courtney, because she always says that to me, like, don't tag yourself. Don't let people know where you are. She's old school like that. But it's true. You do have to be, aware of your own security on social media. But at the end of the day, people have already seen culture on Cardi's Instagram. She's already kind of shared it with the public. So making this is cute. I have friends that have done this for their children as well. And also people make ones for their dogs or their cats, So I don't know. Let's take it to our mom tribe. Let's see what you guys are saying. Michelle, I have one for my kids so I can control what goes up. That's good parenting, Michelle. McCole says it's up to each parent. People can be really nasty about your child. Very true. I mean, that is a tough place. Karina says, I have enough creeps in my own DMs. I don't want them in my kids. Very true. Kathleen says, no. Children should not be involved with social media, period. Okay, so we got both sides of the spectrum. Cassandra says, wait until they're old enough, keep them safe. All right, well, at the end of the day, like we said, it is the parents' choice whether they want to make it or not. Sure, Cardi fans will be following Culture's Instagram as well because, I mean, yeah, she's so cute. Culture is so adorable. So who doesn't want to see more pictures of her with her Louis Vuittons? Right. Well, let's get into a little more difficult news dealing with our girl, Lady Gaga. She opened up about her struggles with celebrity and mental illness in an interview yesterday on CBS Sunday Morning. So she spoke about her battle with depression, learning to love herself again, and how she fought against her fame as Lady Gaga. She said, quote, "My biggest enemy is Lady Gaga. That's what I was thinking. My biggest enemy is her. You can't go to the grocery store now. If you go to dinner with your family, somebody comes to the table. You can't have dinner with your family without it being about you. It's always about you. All the time, it's about you." So Gaga also talked about how her latest album, Chromatica, was about this dark time in her life, describing the struggles with trauma and mental illness. And she said, quote, "I hated being famous. I hated being a star. I felt exhausted and used up. It's not always easy if you have mental issues to let other people see. I used to show, I used to self-harm. I used to say, look, I cut myself. See, I'm hurting. Because I didn't think anyone could see, because mental health, it's invisible." That's a really, really powerful quote coming from Lady Gaga. It's very difficult to hear that she went through that. And also, it's so true, you know, mental health can be invisible. That's why you have to reach out to your friends and seek help if you are struggling with that, because not everyone knows, you know, and ask for help. So that's so tough to hear. She went on to say that the lyric Papa 911, of course, she just released her music video for 911, is a reference to the medication she had to take when she would panic about being Lady Gaga. However, she went on to talk about how since the release of Chromatica, she has found a way to love herself again. So we have a positive ending to this story. She says, "I don't hate Lady Gaga anymore. Now I look at this piano and I go, oh my God, my piano that I love so much, my piano that lets me speak, my piano that lets me make poetry, my piano, that's mine." So happy to hear that she's in a better place. But what do you think about all this, Courtney? Did you know Lady Gaga was going through this much?
Maybe not to the extent that, you know, she just told us. I want to ask you, Alex, how do you feel about complaining about complaining during working with the career that you chose, right? So I'm looking at the chat, and as we're discussing Lady Gaga, I see it's me, Jessica, saying, "But you chose that life," right? I, at one point, chose to work in retail simply so that I could pay my bills. Does that mean that I'm not allowed to complain when I say good morning to the guest that walks in and they ignore me when I try to tell them about the sale? Like, does that mean that I shouldn't complain, or I'm not allowed to? Like, is Lady Gaga not allowed to complain that her brain literally feels like melting because she's given so much to us over the past 10 plus years? You get what I'm saying? I don't think that excuse is valid at this point, but you chose that life. Okay, is she not supposed to follow her dreams because, God forbid, she complained? Like, that's the reason why her mental health is going on a slope, because y'all are not giving her no type of leeway. And I feel like, as a celebrity, if you sort of involve yourself in the comments of the public, then you know that, and that takes a toll on mental health. You get what I'm saying, Alex?
You know, and at the end of the day, the life she chose was to be an artist. You know what I mean? The life she chose was not necessarily to be a celebrity, so to speak, that comes with a lot of the negative sides to it. Like, that's honestly the world. That's not Lady Gaga's fault. That's how we treat the celebrity. You know what I mean? Which is a stigma that, I mean, we're here talking, giving our comments, our thoughts. People become obsessed with the idea of a celebrity. So I feel that, but just because she wanted to sing or act or anything, you know, she dreamed to do with her life doesn't mean she deserves to have to struggle with the mental health and the pain that goes along with it. So yes, she did choose to kind of follow her path, but I also don't think that she deserves to be struggling this way. And it's unfortunate. And I'm happy to hear she's in a better place at the end of the day.
I think that this kind of stuff just shows that she's human, right? Because there are people that feel like this, Alex, off of, you know, bagging groceries. They are like the people having that constant, like I always say this, you'll never know what it's like if you've never worked in customer service, if you've never worked in retail, or if you've never worked in food or anything where you're constantly and consistently dealing with people. That takes a toll on mental health. Constantly imagine you just have a rude person over and over and over and over. It's the same thing as doom scrolling and there's a person, Lady Gaga's trying to be Madonna, that's one. Lady Gaga's wig is cheap, that's two. Did you see that she missed a step here? That's three. It's the same kind of concept. So I think with this, it's just more so about being a little kinder to the struggles that celebrities may face because we go through the same thing just on different levels. That's how I look at it, you know?
Right. I also think that, you know, a lot of celebrities that kind of break into the industry may not be prepared for this. They may just have a dream to sing and may not necessarily know what comes along or with the celebrity. And like you said, it's not just celebrities that struggle with this. It's real people. So just because she is a celebrity and it may, you know, enhance her struggles or what she's feeling even further because of that layer of celebrity, I still think that, you know, it's tough, and we got to realize that celebrities are humans, and it's natural for her to be feeling this way.
Yeah. Shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out to her. I'm happy. I mean, that piano wouldn't be the same without her. So, piano needs you. Piano needs you. All right. While we're on piano and musicians and artists and all that jazz, let's get into our new music spotlight. Of course, T-Tribe, as you know, we're still finding a name to call this music spotlight. So if you have any ideas or thoughts, we love to hear them and take them all into consideration. So, yeah.
Let's make a final decision by this Friday.
We'll
choose the name. We'll choose it.
We will.
T-Tribe, even if you've submit again, leave it as a comment, and then throughout the week, we will come together and choose the segment name. So thank you in advance for your contributions. Please send again if you have already. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So first up, we're talking about Doja Cat, and she debunked those DNA rumors that we were all so excited for. So fans have been speculating on a collaboration between Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, and Ariana Grande that they have dubbed DNA for a while now. Now, Doja Cat took to Twitter last night to debunk those rumors, tweeting, quote, "I just want you guys to know that the DNA collab is completely a fan-made rumor and there wasn't any plan for it to happen, but it sounds like a great idea and I'd love to do it. Just wanted to debunk it all for you guys because I see you all in the comment section bugging out about it." She did, however, confirm the collab she did earlier this year with Ariana Grande, which is yet to be released by either girl. She said, quote, "However, the Ari and Doja collab exists entirely with a heart." So Ariana Grande had spilled the beans on this project back in May when she appeared on Zane Lowe's podcast on Apple Music, saying, quote, "I'm obsessed with her. I love her. I was able to work with her earlier this year on this song that I want to save for whenever it's time again to drop." So, Courtney, do you think it will be on Ariana's new album? I do.
I think so. I'm curious to see if this particular song is first single back material or if this is second single album is about to come out this Friday material. Because you know how sometimes the girls will drop the second single to sort of get everyone riled up. And it goes along with the album. I wonder, Alex, because I feel like if they're holding out for it, then maybe it's a banger. You know?
I know. I think those two women, like, it's going to be good. It's going to be something that we love. And I think Ari just wants it to drop it at the right time, whenever that may be. But like we said, there is no right time. Life is short. Just give us the music. That's what we need and want. But this is exciting. Are you sad to hear that there's not a DNA collab? Would you like to see Nicki with this?
Of course. DNA would be great. truthfully, Alex, DNA would be great, but I think the majority of us are still waiting on R&B. Can't have DNA without R&B, and that's Rihanna, Nicki, and Beyonce. These three fan bases, girl, we've been begging for this for like years and years and years. Ladies, can we get R&B? It doesn't have to be the album. Now, we know the original rumor was we wanted the album, girl. But I'll compromise. I will meet them in the middle. Give us the one song. If we had to survive, Don't Call Me Angel, did Ariana, then I think that we could at least get R&B.
Okay. All right. Let's get R&B. I'll take either of them. At this point, I'll take either of them. I love a collab, and I love it even more when it's with such talented women. So I'm ready for it. All right. Well, let's go on to this Bad Bunny news, because I don't know if you saw this last night, but Bad Bunny took the streets or this weekend of New York City last night to perform his first live show of 2020. So while trying to keep the concert virtual, Bad Bunny performed atop a moving bus that traveled through New York, streamed to his YouTube channel, and the concert sponsor, of course. So starting at Yankee Stadium, the concert took him through the Bronx, Washington Heights, and other New York locations before ending in front of the most iconic parts of New York. It started at one of the most iconic, Yankee Stadium, and ended at one of NYC's local hospitals. So Bad Bunny announced at the final location, quote, "Respect and thanks to those people who have sacrificed their lives in this city. With a lot of faith in God, I sense that good things are coming. I know we are going through very difficult times. I've made thousands of mistakes, but my only mission is to try to be a better person every day." So what did you think of Bad Bunny's virtual concert? And do you think that this is really how concerts are going to move forward?
I thought that the actual performance itself just sort of reminded me of like a parade. Like, you know, when the VMAs does that, like when Taylor Swift, sorry to pull this specific reference, but when Taylor Swift did the performance on the train, it was the night of Kanye and the Henny bottle in the mess. And they do like sort of that on location kind of moment. It reminded me of that, but a concert. Not a bad performance. Y'all know I don't stand Bad Bunny in the way that y'all do, but I am glad that he did not tour. Like, you get what I'm saying? Not to have a performance. Shout out to him. It was a different idea, and I'm glad that he could execute it the way that he did.
Yeah, I agree with you. It seemed very parade-like. It also reminded me of, like, you know, when everyone was at the start of COVID, when everyone was singing outside and showed this community aspect in Italy, those videos from Italy, like that same kind of everyone involved, and like we're still alive and we're still, you know, thriving even though we're in our homes, but we can still kind of be together on a different level. So, but I will say, you know, I'm a big concert goer and I love that energy of being in the crowd at a concert and, you know, not being able to see with the tall person in front of you and just like all the things good and bad that come with the concert. I want to dance and all that. So I will miss that if this is the future of concerts. But I do think he did a great job making it virtual. And I thought it was amazing. It was really, really cool. I wanted to shout out Bernice in the chat, who said he was amazing, had me in the living room hyped. He spoke on voting rights as well. And this is your reminder to make sure you are registered to vote. Thank you, Bernice, for that reminder. Very, very important. Glad you enjoyed it. It was cool. And I love that he ended up at, you know, an NYC hospital, because it kind of brought it back full circle and showed us, you know, that to support and remember who's kind of out there fighting for us and while we enjoy this concert. So I love it. We kind of, you know, got everything involved. Yeah.
We got a special message for you in the chat. Stella is saying, Alex and Courtney, my niece just turned 7 yesterday. Can Aurora get a shout out for her B-Day, please? We love you guys. Well, shout out to Aurora, and we are hoping that you have the luckiest 7th birthday.
Yes.
Well, Aurora.
Yes, happy birthday, Aurora. lucky number 7. What a great age. And thank you for watching us every day. We love our Tea Tribe members, and we hope that you celebrate with your friends and family the best way you know how, even if it's at home. Because birthdays are a little different this year, but we still have love. Yes, Courtney. And cake.
I just want to say, Alex Schiffman, shout out to you because you do an excellent job of driving this vehicle. Right now, I would like to just roll down the window. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the morning tea. With what the title says in just a second, but what we're not going to do is rush us or talk about things that are not on the docket. And Alex Schiffman, please go back to speeding down the highway.
All right, well, I'm going to speed right down to Calabasas because it is time for you to open those Kar Jenner gates right now and let us in to our Kar Jenner Tea Time Courtney Revolution.
If you guys are all ready for all of the tea from behind the Kar Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Kar Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes, all right. And, you know, we're still talking about the Emmys, and you may have noticed that none of reality TV's First Family was involved with the Emmy Awards this year, especially after last year's awkward moment for Kim and Kendall. You remember that, Courtney? Take a look, T-Tribe.
Family knows firsthand how truly compelling television comes from real people just being themselves.
Telling their stories unfiltered and unscripted.
Here are the nominees for Outstanding.
So I don't know if you remember, but they openly kind of laughed on stage during the Emmy Awards, and it was like really awkward. But it was later confirmed that it was not, it had to do with the teleprompter. And it didn't have to do with this year's absence. Last year had to do with the teleprompter. But this year, you know, I think that the family wasn't up for any awards this year, and there was no red carpet to be photographed on. And, you know, one thing we love about the Kar Jenner family is their glam and their looks of each night. So there wasn't a red carpet. And we have enough insight into their homes from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So, you know, it's not like we need to get inside the home. So what do you think, Courtney? Would you have liked to see the Kar Jenners at the Emmys, or do you think it doesn't make a difference?
I feel like, well, if they were going to go to the Emmys, not that they do anything any other year, but like, what were they going to really do? You know, if they weren't going to present an award, what were they going to do at the Emmys? What do the Kar Jenners do in terms of being seen outside of drama during a pandemic? You know, I'm sure we'll see them at the Grammys and maybe the Billboard Awards, maybe. But I'm not surprised that they did not appear or do anything because, you know, Kim is roped up in Kanye's pee, and Chris is trying to figure out how to save the empire from crumbling from beneath her with the kitty cat wig on. A little bit unrelated, Alex. So I told you that I've started watching Real Housewives, Keeping Up with the Kardashians from the beginning. They were talking to Miss Chris any kind of way that they wanted to. Have y'all seen that from the beginning? I forgot what that was like, Alex. They was talking to Chris like she was like some little raggedy doll you could just throw. Why was they talking to Chris like that? Not my mama. She wouldn't have that. Shut the F up, and Mom, you're annoying. I just couldn't. That's not me. I forgot.
That's not me also, but I think that the producers probably had their hands in that and said, you know, wanted to play up the fact that they're a little sarcastic with their mom and a little disrespectful. I don't know. I agree with you. They kind of their tune. But I just want to clarify because I see you guys in the chat. So they were on stage, and yes, the audience kind of laughed awkwardly at them. I guess one of the jokes they had delivered through the prompter wasn't like the best delivery, and so they got awkward. It was just not good. But we want to confirm that's not the reason they were not here this year. And really it was now we're just going to speculate why they weren't there.
There are a lot of people that read teleprompters. So I definitely feel on that. It is a lot harder than it looks, y'all. I promise you. And especially if the screen is far away. God forbid they call me to do an award show, Alex, because I'll be, hold on, can we run that back? Oh, it's live? Oh, okay, you read it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because, girl, me and teleprompters, we just don't mix. I hate them. I hate them.
I love them, but I will say that it takes practice. I love them because it's like a support system. You can always rely on it. If it's going the right speed, one thing. If it's going too fast or too slow, it can really screw you up. But it does take practice. So you got to cut them a little slack because I don't think they're reading many teleprompters. You know, their whole thing is unscripted and they're just natural in their environment. So you see what it is.
I'm going to keep my comment to myself so we can just move on, girl. I'm fighting this whole entire show. Girl, let's just beep, beep. Keep it pushing in traffic, girl.
All right. So let's get into this Courtney and Addison Rae news because haters have been shading Courtney over her recent friendship with TikTok star Addison Rae. We spoke about it on the show. The two have become super close, going out to dinner. Addison's been over the house many times. They've been posting it all over social media. But in a recent post from Saturday where both women are sunbathing in a pool, Courtney decided to clap back. One user commented on the photo, quote, "She's 41 and she's hanging around with 19-year-olds in swimming pools." Courtney was quick to say, quote, "Do you suggest a better place? I'm looking for ideas." So both celebs have defended their friendship, which started after YouTuber David Dobrik introduced the two to surprise Courtney's son, Mason. He was a fan of Addison's videos. And then Addison spoke to Entertainment Tonight about their 20-year age difference and their friendship. She said, quote, "At the end of the day, I think friendships are just what you make them. What you have, like the time you spend with them, the things you enjoy doing, and if you have things in common, it just makes sense. I don't think that's anything to really judge people on. I feel like friendships can range from any age, and I feel like everyone can relate to people in different ways." So, do you think it's unusual that Courtney and Addison are friends? I know we've kind of touched on this before, or do you think it doesn't matter at all?
I definitely think that it definitely looks strange before you hear the story behind it. You get what I'm saying? It's very rare that we hear the full explanation of like Mason is basically an Addison Rae stan, and now mommy is popular enough to make sure that we're all in cahoots together. I think personally that it kind of works both ways, their friendship. Let me just say that they could have a very genuine friendship because they both know what it's like to be famous. Addison just starting out. Courtney is kind of like, what is it, like the willow tree from Pocahontas? All wise and all knowing, been through it all, so she can sort of coach and lead. Maybe Addison wants sort of that extra eye. You get what I'm saying? We kind of have to maybe stop looking at it as like Courtney's like on her when it could just be, "Hey girl, what you doing? Lay down." You know what I'm saying? I do want to say also that I would not be surprised if down the line Addison becomes some sort of Gen Z ambassador for Poosh. I just like wouldn't be surprised. You know?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think that after hearing Addison kind of open up about it, it does really make sense. You know, friendships don't come with ages. If you have things in common, if you're really into fitness or you're really into beauty, you can really just start a friendship with someone at any age. So at first I was just fascinated by it. I was like, what are they doing? What are they talking about? And then I thought, oh, maybe it's, you know, because Mason has a little crush. And so, you know, Courtney can make it happen. So she's like doing a good mom deed. And then, like you just said, I was like, well, whoosh. Like maybe she wants Addison to get involved. But I do think it's a mutually exclusive relationship. You know, Addison can teach Courtney about TikTok. She can bring her in that world. They can relate, like you said, on that breaking into the industry at a young age and dealing with that. You know, Addison has had a lot of struggles with body shamers and people commenting just awful things on her videos that she doesn't deserve. So maybe she looks up to Courtney as a mentor, as someone to guide her through this world. I mean,
do you think that Courtney could be like a Ryan Seacrest, Alex, and come up with a reality show for Addison if it's there? Is that already in the works? I don't think it is. But
I mean,
did you see her doing that? Her making a call to Ryan and be like, "How did you do that?" And then, because I've got this girl. And I'm finding out it could be like Courtney like finding out about her life to see if there is a story there. That's probably low on the priority list for her. But there's money there, and she really gotta work.
There is. I don't know if that's Courtney's kind of strong suit, like out of the entire family. She hasn't really gotten involved in the TV and kind of creative aspect in that way. She's a businesswoman, she's an entrepreneur, but you know, Chloe had Revenge Body, you know, Chris has kind of transitioned to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills sometimes. I don't think that's Courtney's MO. I think she likes, you know, lifestyle and all of that. Would I be surprised if it happened? No. But I don't think Courtney would be interested in kind of leading that charge, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. It's that time in the show. We are getting so close. So we got to do it right now. It's our own tea story of the day. And this one, we're still talking about the Kardashians, but specifically Kim and Kanye and what's going on in their marriage. This is some tough news. Kim and Kanye's marriage may be actually coming to a close soon, sources tell Page 6. So the insider revealed, quote, Kim has the whole divorce planned out, but she's waiting for him to get through his latest episode. So this comes after a very turbulent few months from Kanye's presidential bid, all of the revelations regarding Kim's pregnancy with North, to the recent fight over track masters. And then Kanye roped in Taylor Swift in his most recent Twitter rant to get artist track masters back, tweeting on Friday, I'm going to personally see to it that Taylor Swift gets her masters back. Scooter is a close family friend. So Kanye has been very active recently, and despite some attempts at reconciling with Kim, when he stepped over the line, it seems that dealing with this for 2 months straight has really put a toll on their relationship, and Kim has just had enough. Do you think there's any hope to salvage this marriage? And what do you think about Kanye bringing Taylor into this conversation? Like, what's going on now?
I think that if Kanye were going to speak up about Taylor Swift, he should have done it when she wrote that letter. Too little, too late. Mama has probably been in the studio recording 2-3 albums already. Nobody cares. As far as Kim and Kanye, honestly, Alex, if Kim wants to get a divorce, I feel like now is definitely the right time. There's no show to sort of like, you know, not promote, but show us what has gone on. But I wouldn't be surprised. You get what I'm saying? If she's sort of looking for her way out. Smoothly, cleanly, and without all of her family secrets being exposed. Because that's what it is. If Kanye were well mentally and they were getting a divorce, it just would have been a divorce and girl, who cares? But because Kanye is not well mentally, and we've seen that we're not really sure what he will do or say, I'm sure that Kim wants to deal with this probably with a certain level of sensitivity, if not for Kanye's sake, for the sake of everyone else in her family, because Kanye knows things that girl, we couldn't even fathom. You get what I'm saying? Right. So we're going to have to wait and see how that one play out. I certainly believe that if she don't do this right, it's not looking good for the family. And that all of that responsibility falls on Kim. So I can only imagine what the stress of that is like, just off the rip of waking up in the morning. Like, I brought this man into my family, and yes, we have, oh my God, so many beautiful children who will go on to grow up and do amazing, iconic things. But right now I have a husband that is causing issues probably in my personal life, in my business affairs. Like, girl, are we going to get Yeezy and Gap, girl, with all the drama surrounding it, girl? I want to know. It's not looking good, Alex.
I know it's not looking good. And I'm sure that this is something that, of course, Kim has been struggling with over the past few months, and speaking with Chris and the family on what to do, and probably is a large factor in why they're not going to film anymore. I think Kim probably has a plan, as this source says, in place, and no longer wants to share this with the world. I think she's really having difficulty with it and doesn't necessarily know where to go and wants to be sensitive to it. So I think it's just that time. I think they've just outgrown the show, as we've said, and I really think that this is a big factor of that. I think if everything was going well, maybe we'd still have the show because there wouldn't be so much to kind of be judged good and bad by. You know what I mean?
Do you think they'll finish the year out being together, or do you think that Kim is going to try to get the divorce sooner than later? Will she wait until after the election or before the election? Because if she does it before the election, she can distract him from his presidential campaign. Now, Kim, if you really for the people, then you might want to think about doing it. You might want to quickly. You might want to be expediting that divorce in the most sensitive way possible so that Kanye could maybe get the help that he needs, and then we can kind of get through the election doing what we do, and then, you know, catch up with Kanye later on in November, more so the end. So who knows, Alex? I'm curious to see when all of this will go down.
Well, the source says she's waiting for him to get through his latest episode. So is that the Grammy Masters? Like, what is his latest episode? Because every day there's a new episode. So it's kind of like, you know, sadly, you just got to make that decision. Either I'm going to stick by this man, whatever he does, I'm going to be with him, or I can no longer handle this. And that's her choice. You know, we are not in the relationship, and she can make that decision. But I'm
Alex,
sure it's an honor.
Do you think Taylor will send Kim a gift in terms of being sensitive to understanding Kanye's mental health struggles? Not saying that she will or she should, but the thought crossed my mind. Do you think that she would send like a bouquet of flowers, like whether we found out or not, right? Even though I'm sure Kim would post it immediately. Do you think that she would do that maybe?
You know, I don't know right now. I don't think they're in the best place right now. I think Taylor, you know, she's a bigger person a lot of the times, and Kim has been a bigger person in her own right. So maybe they'll have a conversation. Maybe they'll get together. I don't necessarily see Taylor sending her like a gift at this point.
After the divorce, I see maybe her and Kim not being friends or being friendly, but finding common ground. That's what I see down the line if they divorce. That's what I'm thinking, y'all.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get, you know, this is tough. This is not something to take lightly. You know, they do have children involved. This is a sad, difficult thing, but maybe that's one, if anything, positive thing. Maybe we'll see a friendship bloom from this again, possibly way down the line. Nothing
way down, girl. 3 sprints away, girl.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Tea Tribe. That is all the tea we have to spill today on this Monday. There was a lot we had to get through, but of course, we will be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for Tequila Tuesday, one of our favorite days of the week. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on all the tea we spilled today, and of course, your thoughts on our new music spotlight name. We love to hear your thoughts and get you involved, of course. And Courtney, if they want a double dose of you, where can they find you?
If you want more of me, all you got to do is subscribe to my own individual YouTube channel for more pop culture mess. And also, you can follow me on social media. Just follow me at Courtney Revolution. Take that down there and type it up top. I come right on up. Now, where can they find you, Alex Schiffman?
They can find me at Alex Schiffman on all social media, just like my name. You can see right here. And of course, Courtney, I think we spilled enough tea. We got to get it all off our hands and keep us healthy. It's time to wash our hands out of here right now. Thanks, Tea Tribe. See you tomorrow.
All righty. We'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. for Tequila Tuesday. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Scrub your hands.